Hello, my name is Hersh and welcome to the HERshyt Show. Well, a little bit about it. You're gonna laugh, you're gonna cry, you'll probably cuss at me, but that's alright. I just want to bring to you the realization of what's really going on in this world that a lot of people are afraid to speak on. Enjoy. But it says, so before anybody get in their drawers, get their drawers in the water, whatever, I got it. I'm fully aware that there's some possibly innocent personnel on death row. I don't take away from it. This is not about being for or against the death penalty. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But this article came up, and I shared it on the HERshyt Show, Facebook page or whatnot. But this article came up. Okay. Dude, legit. It's in Georgia. Death row inmate requests last meal before planned of execution. Bruh, you raped and killed a young girl, like a baby, like 9-10 years old time frame. I didn't look into the whole story or whatever. 1976, and you are just now getting your death sentence? Right, you done lived a whole 40 years damn near. Yep. Well, you have. What is it? 1976. That's...
Well, I was born in 79.
I was born in 80, and I'm 42.
So I'm 43.
So he's 46 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't that good at math, y'all. Y'all don't judge us. I got a GED. You want my toes?
3 years. So it's 46 now.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5.
We got to get calculators and shit out.
They said we weren't going to be using calculators.
Right. You ain't going to have a calculator with you everywhere you go. My little raggedy phone. That is.
Shit.
This is as big as a calculator, too. Little bitty thing. But dead serious. 1976, this man got the death penalty. Right?
So he
been living 3 months in a cot since 1976. So
his crime was
raping and murdering. It was 1 or 2 little girls. Little girls, like 19 years old little girls. Got the death penalty. Now, granted, I'm all for giving time for exoneration because there's a lot of innocent people sitting on death row. Because you know the history of this nation, and there were some people that got the death sentence that should not have gotten the death sentence or be in jail.
Or they've gotten out because of DNA. Mm-hmm.
Because DNA exonerated them or whatever. I'm all for giving, a couple years. Mm-hmm. But if you get the death penalty, the jury, the judge, everybody said, serial killers. Yep. Jokers are killing babies just for the fun of it. And they got the death sentence. I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Right? Again, this ain't about being for or against or whatever. Your beliefs is your belief. It's inhumane. It was inhumane when them serial killers did what they did. And I honestly believe that there should be a separate prison for just those type of personnel that fall in that category, the serial killers and stuff like that. And start knocking their ass out. But 46 years later?
Yeah, it's low.
Why does it
tax dollars and stuff.
Man, we've been feeding and clothing this joker for 46 years. But you see it all the time. You see it all the time where, and a lot of states got rid of execution and all that. Somebody, what was it, in South Carolina or Florida, dude got an option if he wanted the firing squad. He got an option. Dude was like, bring on the firing squad. He had an option and he chose, and that's how he got executed. So again, I'm not for or against. I'm actually for the death penalty. But what you decide and whoever watches this, if y'all want to bring it up, we can have a conversation. Mm-hmm. I'm open for the conversation. And I am in agreement that there are some innocent people that are sitting on death row right now, and there's not enough Innocence Project's personnel to be able to exonerate them. But this dude, the article that came up for Georgia, 46 years it took y'all to execute this man. He done lived a whole life. Mm-hmm. 3 hats of cotton and some snacks.
So he was probably about... He looks like he's probably...
He looks like he's in his 60s or 70s.
He might have been 20-something.
Yeah.
when it's happening.
And he raped and killed 1 or 2 little girls, like 8, 9, 10 years old. And you got the death penalty. But it took them 46 years to
Imagine
execute
the
you.
parents having to live with that and look at his ugly ass face.
I don't get it.
You see what I'm saying? I couldn't imagine being a parent and having to look, knowing that some bitch is in it. You know what I mean? Like, woo!
He probably wouldn't have made it to court.
I mean,
that's just me.
Well, just like that one case,
it breaks
the little
my
boy
heart.
got raped or something by his baseball coach, and that guy, or whatever it was, yeah. And then the father took it upon himself, was acting like he was going to pay for him.
He did a vigilante?
And he was acting like he was going to pay for him while the media and everybody was walking the guy to the court or whatever. He got it, pow, shot him out in the damn, killed him.
I don't think that he should have gotten charged with that either.
He got off.
Because that's...
No, he got off. He took it upon himself. He's like...
Where people... I can't tell people how to get away with situations. I had to think for a second.
I know, hold up.
I got 3 degrees in criminal justice. Let me not go that route. I'm not gonna tell y'all how to do things, but it's understanding though.
I know. I said, you know what? I can't blame that guy.
But not every judge or jury is going to agree that well, you still killed somebody. We'll get him for manslaughter or whatever.
No, I think he got.
But I don't think you should be. That man shouldn't have made it to the courtroom, and
he didn't. He blew his face off or something. He shot him.
Y'all can think how y'all.
He was acting like he was on the payphone, turned around.
Yeah,
and he had on like a hat and glasses.
So it was like a movie scene.
Yeah, and then he turned around as soon as they come in. He took care of it.
Wow.
He said, "We ain't going to the justice system."
I'm not in disagreement with that man, but it's crazy. So you have these serial killers. You got the Jeffrey Dahmers. You got the. There's so many damn. I watched serial killing documentaries.
That's all I used to watch was true crime and read books because I thought it was fascinating.
The mind is intriguing
because it was the mind. I thought that's really interesting how it works. I'm like, what led them down this path? And every one of them, majority, some of them were like Jeffrey Dahmer. He had a good life. His dad he had a decent life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And everybody, somebody's narcissist, and oh, well, he's a good guy. I see the Lord in him. I'm like, well, Jeffrey Dahmer was nice too, He was a nice guy.
But a lot of them were nice and fit in, but those are straight sociopaths.
Psychopathic.
They have no emotion at all. And again, we're not clinicians. We're not mental health experts. We can only tell you what we saw in the documentary. But it's intriguing.
It's very intriguing. That's all I used to read, true crime. It's not that I wanted to do it. It was just like I was very intrigued. Well, how did they get to that part? Why?
Yeah, call me Clarice because I want to understand. I'm a forensic
Clarice
psychologist.
Darling.
Yes, I want to know.
That's my favorite movie in the whole world.
You know what? I think that's what makes us people persons too, to a certain degree, because we want the mind intrigued, or the thought process intrigues.
And I put myself in people's shoes. I'm like, okay.
But what I don't understand is why it took 46 years to execute this man.
And why are some less?
What is the shortest? Google it.
Google. Google is life.
Okay, so what is the fastest execution that's happened? And then of course my phone go back. I told you my phone rang.
Did you watch that movie with Charlize Theron?
Fastest
what was her name? Elaine Warner's?
Who?
The female serial killer.
Oh, the Florida. The Florida. Well, she was raped.
I know. I legit felt bad. I was like, man, and honest to God.
But she started killing innocent jokers. She wasn't
they were beating on her. She just had, okay, I'm not saying it's right by any means, but you got to, okay, she had a rough go. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only way she can make money is prostitution, and then they started beating on her, beating the shit out of her, and all this stuff, and she just had enough. She snapped. Not right, but I mean, by any means.
We choose our lifestyles.
You know what I mean?
I mean, again, it's not right that the dude was beating on her, the guys or whatever was beating on her. But at the same time, you chose your lifestyle. Mm-hmm. And at one point, it became, she started actually targeting those type of men, though. So.
Oh, she's not innocent by any means.
At what point do you, what is the shortest time on death row? Joe Gonzalez spent just 252 days on death row. 252 days.
Well, that's not even a full year.
Oh, but he died from a single gunshot wound to the head, which at first appeared self-inflicted. It wasn't self-inflicted. Oh no, he killed somebody. He shot somebody in the head. But he was only on death row for 252 days. But you got this dude, this recent guy that's been on death row for... This was Texas. You know Texas ain't playing around. That was in 1992. Texas ain't gonna play around. Them jokers want to kill people off quick. They just be like, oh, you killed somebody? Okay. Fire him up. It's just...
Fire squad.
But it also goes into, you're making these laws, prime example, Texas. You're making the filters come off for facial recognition. You're making, like, you ain't seen that? Like, they're making so many rules and regulations about social media now, too. Like, you can't do the filter and like how people do the Snapchat filters and the Instagram filters.
Yeah.
Picture. Can't do that no more. I don't know how, I haven't researched it in full detail, but you can't do that no more.
What, for identity purposes?
It's against identification recognition. It is freaking, I ain't gonna say it. It's special.
Ignorant. It's ignorant.
I'm not trying to get a defamation lawsuit over here. Okay, you know, people sensitive, but it's okay. But yeah, they're making so many laws. Like, that also goes into, you make the choice of letting this man live for 46 years after he did such tragic bullshit to that family and to that little girl. Got it. But at the same twist, you can fix your tongue to say, we're going to abolish Roe versus Wade. How? No, it's not in comparison, but it's still, you know, it's not in comparison at all. But it's still laws. Mm-hmm. Like, what gives you the right to tell a woman what she can and cannot do with her body?
Thank you.
But you're also giving a serial killer or a murderer 46 years with 3 hots in a cot, living healthy with damn good medical care behind prison walls. But you telling me if I was to get raped and got pregnant, I can't have an abortion. Or even that, if I just don't have the money to take care of another child.
There's so many different,
or you tell me my child has medical issues. Mm-hmm. And I have to make a decision. That is the hardest thing for a mother to do. For any woman to do is make that decision.
You don't have HERshyt.
Well, I ain't got none no more.
Well, you know what I mean.
Can still speak. I still got titties.
Well, you know what I mean. So, we ain't got much, but we got some.
I got some nipples, damn it.
We got big.
But I'm so clown. Can't take us nowhere. But it's dead ass serious. Oh, I'm gonna make fun of myself. Give me some band-aids and that's my bra.
Oh my God, I've literally done that before. And I remember they were like, "What do you got?" I'm like, "I gotta cover these things up, man." I couldn't go to the gym in like headlights. You know what I mean? I couldn't stand that. You see all these headlights.
They had the little pasty things you could put over your nipples.
Yeah, but I'm cheap. I gotta use my band-aids. I used the real band-aids.
So you had a whole little line.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I had to wear a tank top or something, didn't have a bra, I'm like,
Why you just didn't put a sports bra on?
No, there was some reason.
You was walking around the 1970s style with no bra.
Well, it was some kind of shirt that I had
Women's rights.
It was no, there was some kind of shirt that I had on. It didn't have, you couldn't wear a bra without showing the thing. So I was like, I'll get that. It worked. Now, if you got big titties, I won't recommend it.
No, because you're going to be smacking yourself in the chin.
Yeah, so. Yeah.
Don't do it.
Anyway, back to the subject. Back on the titty topic. Titty topic.
But we're going to get on, because we are women. We can speak on this topic. So we're going to take a quick break, top up on our coffee, and we'll be right back.
Titty topic.
The titty topic. We're allowed to talk about it. Welcome to the HERshyt Show. I just wanted to do a little quick snippet and clip it to bring some awareness to you. You do not have to be famous or a celebrity or whatever. You don't have to be none of that to come on the HERshyt Show. The HERshyt Show is literally to talk shit, to have topics that people won't discuss, or to be a conversation starter, so to speak. You can reach out to on Facebook. You can reach out on Instagram. You could just reach out to the HERshyt Show at gmail.com with your topic or with your name. We got the Zoom launched already, so we can actually do that at your convenience. You don't even have to travel, because you're not getting paid to come on the HERshyt Show, and I'm not getting paid for you to be here. So let's help each other out. If you got a topic, reach out. The HERshyt Show does not shy away from any conversation. I promise you that. So again, the HERshyt Show at gmail.com or the HERshyt Show on Instagram or Facebook. And we will get back to you as quickly as possible. Come be on the show. Your book, your business, whatever you want to talk about. If you got a topic, just reach out to us. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Thank you. But yeah, so back to it. Our body. Women's bodies. Women's bodies. I don't understand. So you got laws that allow serial killers and murderers and not even just a regular murderer. I'm talking about actual
multiple people.
Yeah, the serial killer type. They actually stalked and killed and whatever.
Premeditated.
And they get on premeditated.
Mm-hmm.
Multiple times. Not just I'm gonna kill you for owing me some money back in the day type situation. But you get on death row. Right? Takes 46 years to execute you. But in the same breath, you're going to create a law of sorts to possibly put, one in Louisiana not too long ago that was going to put a murder charge on a woman that gets an abortion.
Yep.
Make it make sense. And like I saw the other day on one of my sister's posts, because she's a strong advocate, woman advocate or whatever. She's not a feminist and going around fuck men, she's not doing none of that, but she likes to speak out on women's issues.
Absolutely.
And somebody commented up under there with, well, just don't have sex.
Oh, okay. That solved the problem.
So if you can make laws for women, why are you not making these same laws for men to get a vasectomy after a certain amount of children?
Absolutely.
Because there's some men running this earth that has populated half of the country, with her. And some dudes don't even know they got kids out there because there's trifling ass women. But you're saying make it make sense, man. Bottom line, make it make sense. You're going to tell me I have to have this child no matter what. The medical issues, the inability to be able to care for the child financially, or what would just put the child in foster, give them up for adoption. Do you know how many children are waiting on a family in foster cares right now? You got baby formula lacking on shelves right now.
What is that from? Why?
I have no idea. I don't have a baby, so I ain't been paying.
No, I didn't know if you knew what.
I can Google it.
Google.
But they were saying, like, you can go on Amazon and change it to Canada or something like that. And, like, Canada, you can buy, you just have to pay the shipping cost or whatever, of course. But baby formula, there was some type of investigation or something of the sorts. I don't know. Y'all let us know. But they would, regardless of the fact, you have baby formula lacking on the shelves. Mm-hmm. Not everyone. I didn't breastfeed.
Well, some people can't.
What the hell am I going to breastfeed with? I have no milk cartridges up here. You know what I'm saying? So I had to depend on, but granted, at the same time, I weaned my son off of formula at 5.5, 6 months.
Okay.
I didn't do that year in stuff. I actually said, that's probably why he was a tubby tub from jump. But I actually started weaning him because it wasn't sticking to him anyway. At 2 weeks old, the doctor was just like, look, make him some baby cereal or some oatmeal or some grit, because he was not able to, he was just always hungry. That boy came out eating 8-ounce bottles, not them little winky dink 4-ounce bottles. So every child is different. Every mother is different. Not every woman can breastfeed.
Mm-hmm.
And some can't. Those that can breastfeed can't produce enough to keep the child fed. If the child is just constantly hungry, a little hungry hippo baby over here.
I got this number here. It's over 400,000 children are in the foster care in the United States, and 111,000 of those can't be returned to their families, and it's growing.
That is sad.
That's almost 500,000
But yeah,
kids.
let's give them foster care.
Yeah.
500,000 kids. That's
500,000 children growing up in the foster system.
21 years old.
That is, and you know what? A lot of people, when they do adopt, they don't want the toddlers or the big kids. They want them babies.
Yeah.
And it's sad. It's sad. And some of these foster homes are only doing it for a check and don't give a fuck about the kids.
I've seen that firsthand.
We witnessed it.
I've seen that firsthand.
I was in a foster care for a little while. You know what I'm saying? Luckily, I didn't stay long. But I've seen it. I witnessed, I lived it for a little while.
And the trauma for the child to go through, you know what I mean? For
Yeah.
not wanted or, that's
Some
that's a whole nother.
Isn't there still what that one in California with the kid? They were tied to the beds or trapped in Atlanta. Didn't they have them downstairs chained?
Oh, that was recent.
That was recent.
Yeah.
They had them locked downstairs in the basement. Like
Yeah,
people under the stairs type shit. So not every foster care, and I'm not knocking, I'm glad that there is something for these children, but man, we got to do better. And then you're going to tell women, regardless of the fact, you have to carry that child. Some women don't find out that they are pregnant until, I know with me, I was about a month and a half. So that would be 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Some women don't even know they're pregnant at all. We've seen that. Don't they have shows on that?
I've seen that before. Or
Some
they pop it out in the bathroom.
Yeah, just.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what the? And so who are you to tell a woman they aren't allowed to?
We just don't have sex.
Yeah, don't have sex. Well, you might as well just tie my cooch up. Go on and stitch that thing on up until you feel like I'm capable. There is no perfect scenario for anybody to have a child. Mm-hmm. None. Now, granted, you do have the abusers. That and when I say abusers, I mean the ones that be like, girl, if I get pregnant, I'm just gonna go get me an abortion. Fuck what he think.
Yeah.
And every other fucking month, they're in the abortion clinic. You know what I mean? So I do get that. I understand you do. But in every situation, you're not going to be able to be across the board.
It's not all that way. You know what I mean? It's not. Mm-mm.
That's far few in between for the women that do stuff, trifling shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But you do have some women that won't even tell dude that they pregnant and get a baby away. You know what I mean? So there's so many different, but you cannot sit on your throne and tell women that they do not. Do you know how hard Roe versus Wade was fought for? Man, look, notorious RBG rolling over in her grave right now. Women's rights are women. Why do we have to fight for those rights?
It's always been like that.
And then you're gonna threaten Louisiana. Y'all gonna threaten a murder charge on a woman that gets an abortion?
That blew me away. I thought,
the same state that don't even really like to care for their people like that. I'm just saying. I don't like to bash nobody, and I love to boot myself. But are you expecting the people to live off of the state if I can't afford to have this child? It's systematic. Mm-hmm. It's a constant thing. And if I have to go into low income housing, it can only be me and my children. So if I get into a relationship or with my baby daddy or whoever, he's not supposed to be living with me because it's for me and my children. But if you find out he's living with me, then I get put out and there's nowhere else for me to go. And I don't have the money to go nowhere else, but I also want a family.
I didn't know that they...
No, you can't. No. Nope. Now, if
What is it because of the income?
Income, it's income based.
Oh, okay.
It's income based. But there are people literally getting divorces because they can't be on Social Security at the same time. It's like there's so many more important things that you need to be worried about as far as systematic laws go and the betterment of people in this country. But for you to sit on your throne and come up with the stupidest fucking ideas, but yet you let death row inmates live for 46 years with 3 hots in the cot, then you turn around and say, guess what? You know what? And I honestly believe this, and you can take it how you want it. It's a motherfucker that started that law or brought it up to the table because somebody had an abortion behind their back and it hurt their feelings.
It's gotta be. I don't understand how does abortion become a topic,
a hot topic
for presidencies, for any political race. Why are we talking about abortion?
Yeah,
you got to do that. Putin is over there killing people in a country, just taking over a country like
slaughtering,
like we back in the days of Julius Caesar and stuff. Like he's basically conquering another country in front of us.
But you worried about what a woman doing with her body.
Like you said, make it make sense.
Really
make it make sense.
Makes no sense.
But I can go down there and get my booty tooted up. I can get bigger breasts to appease the man. Or the woman. Whoever you with. Or the binary.
I'm good.
Whoever you with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can go get BBLs all day long. But if I get pregnant, I can't make a decision to not carry that child.
You just don't have sex.
Just don't have sex. Okay. But if we start Lorena bobbing around this motherfucker, y'all gonna be mad.
Yep.
Y'all gonna be mad. How about take yours off and add a strap on? No nut coming through. I'm just saying. It takes 2 to make a child.
Mm-hmm.
It takes 2 to make a child. So why you up there making dumbass laws for women to try to force us a certain kind of way? What you gonna do for your counterparts? Men. What you gonna do? I really want to know.
Mm-hmm.
Since our ovaries and uteruses and wombs and titties and booties and everything else, y'all want to go back to making the woman the man's property like in the 1970s? Where you're allowed to do whatever you want to do to me and I have to deal with it? Nah. That's not that. We have more important issues to worry about. We still are not holding people accountable within positions that need to be held accountable. We're not executing those that are sitting on death row that actually deserve to be executed. We're not assisting our children in foster cares or feeding the hungry that are still sleeping on the streets. You have an entire tent city in Louisiana. I mean, not Louisiana. Well, probably there too in the swamplands, but in Hawaii, in Los Angeles, Skid Row.
Mm-hmm.
Skid Row is literally a city of homeless people. Skid Row.
And homelessness is jumping up.
Man, it's because of the prices going up on housing and the price gouging and the ignorance is going on. It is. But you more worried about my fucking eggs and my uterus than you were worried about feeding the people and housing the people that really need to be housed, the people that are outside of the womb and grown. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, they just need to go get themselves a job but you gotta pay. That's always it. But you gotta pay for a job.
Go to school. Education.
You gotta pay for your copy of your birth certificate. You gotta pay for a copy if you change your Social Security card and name. You gotta be able to get to the computer. You gotta be able to get a job. You gotta be able to, but
they try. I worked at the Dome there where they had a football game, Falcons.
Yeah.
I've seen homeless people get turned away because they couldn't pass a math test. I was like, why are you? I was in HR. Like, why are you giving them a math test? They just got to throw peanuts. And somebody told them, found out, like, you giving them a math test? They can't sweep. They can't go clean the bathroom. Yeah, they gave them basic.
People are willing to work and can't get the job
because they couldn't pay. And you would see them leave, and they almost be in tears. Grown men almost in tears because they didn't know the math questions. They didn't know how to do the question. It's like a small aptitude type test. It's like what
that shit makes no sense to me.
No sense at all.
But I've legit ordered people's birth certificates and stuff for them to be able to have it because they lost it or whatever, and they didn't have the $10-15. And I think it's $20 or whatever. You can go to the vital records, or you can go to the health department.
A lot of people are one paycheck away from homelessness. You know what I mean?
Literally living check to check.
Honest to God, I mean, it's a real thing.
You're on the streets. Who carries their birth certificate, social security card, and all that, and they with them when you living on the streets? You lost all of that.
Exactly, and you can't get an ID card without them or an address.
That's a whole.
Or an address. If you ain't got no address, we can't use P.O. Box. You got to have a street address to be able to order these important.
That's what
documents.
amazes me. It's like, it's just if you're not involved in that matrix, that system.
But you more worried about the woman's uterus. How about better health care for women, especially?
Make it
make sense. Especially ethnic women.
That needs to be the name of this episode.
Make it make sense.
But ethnic women in this country have been known to get piss poor medical assistance. Minority women have been getting fucked up from the beginning.
Because they proved that they spent more time on other people when they're doing CPR resuscitation.
Yeah.
They would spend average 15 minutes trying to resuscitate a white person and a black person or a poor person. It would be like 3 or 4 minutes, and they'll be like, okay, they're dead. And
really?
Somebody proved that. Yeah,
it don't surprise me, but
research
that shit don't make sense. But they used to also believe that the black woman had no feelings, so they used her for a lot of medical testing. Have y'all seen that? Research it. Black women didn't have feelings, like they couldn't feel the pain. They had very high pain tolerance, so a lot of the medical.
Have high pain, but no.
But they legit, like, it's piss poor medical. And then there's higher issues in certain genetics. There's a lot more, issues or whatever that are susceptible to, like sickle cell.
Yeah,
you got different, exactly. But you're telling me as a woman, I can't decide if I want to carry this child to term. Make it make sense.
No sense, man. It's the
But Jeffrey Dahmer and all these other fuckboys sitting on death row right now can live 46 years.
Oh, he bit the dust on top of that.
But you're more concerned of them than you are the foster children. Than you are the adoption process. And half the time, y'all ain't even adopting properly. They just giving up babies. Selling them overseas or what. It's just I don't get it. I don't get it. But you gonna tell me now? I ain't got no uterus and ovaries no more because I had to have an emergency. Trafficking.
That's a huge thing.
And trafficking, human trafficking.
I didn't really know. I was like, it's a huge everyday thing. I didn't realize how bad it.
Human trafficking, opioid crisis. They're just now talking about fentanyl and all of that good stuff. You're more concerned.
What is that?
What, fentanyl?
Yeah. What is it? Is it a pain pill? What is it?
Oh man, fentanyl is what the surgical doctors used to use, like a little minimal bit to put you to sleep. Piece. To put you to help. It's like a sedation to put you to sleep.
Okay,
for surgery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to have a part 2 to this conversation because we got to take a break. Because Lord Jesus. My nerves is
make it make sense.
Make it make sense. So we coming back with a part 2 on this one here. Alright, we'll be right back.
Be sure to log on to youtube.com and subscribe to the HERshyt Show at TheHershytShow. Brought to you by 8 Robinsons TV and Yellow Tub Korea.